Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today is my first day of senior year, which is like pretty exciting. I don't really know how I feel about it. It's currently like 6:30. I woke up around like 30 minutes ago, but all I did was brush my teeth, mouthwash, put my contacts in, moisturize, and sunscreen. But we are gonna do a little makeup routine while I give you guys some high school tips. These tips could really just be for everyone. They're kind of more focused to like freshmen or sophomore, but these could also apply to like juniors and seniors too. Before we do our makeup, I'm gonna just touch up my hair from last night because my hair always has dents in it when I wake up. My room is so cold. I typically wouldn't wake up this early for school, but since it's the first day, I am gonna put like more effort into my appearance, as well as because I'm filming, I want to have time to just take a second to talk to you guys while I'm doing my makeup and not feel the need to rush. So I need to leave the house in like an hour, which is more than enough time. I don't necessarily take long to do my makeup. Like even if I'm doing a full face, I really don't take more than like 4 to 5 minutes to do my makeup, but it's typically around like 20 to 30 to do like a full natural face. But I don't really know what I'm gonna do today. I'm probably gonna use like all of my products, but not necessarily a lot of base makeup. I'm just using my straighteners because I don't want to wake up my family by using the blow dryer. I would say I'm kind of excited for senior year. Like this summer made me think like no one cares about you, like just do whatever you want. For example, through my YouTube channel, I was very shy and stressed out when people asked me about it because I was trying to keep it like a secret and stuff, and I never like promoted myself on anything because I just didn't want people to know my business and people I know in real life like tell people and make fun of me or watch my videos. But then I realized like no one cares about you. Like maybe they will talk bad about you for like a second, but after that they're gonna forget. I really don't care if anyone has anything to say about me. It's not like I'm gonna see them anymore after this year, and there's kids in my grade who have hobbies kind of similar to mine. Like there's some kid with a podcast, there's a girl with like a TikTok account dedicated to fashion and inspo, but I don't really think anyone else has a YouTube. But it doesn't really matter, like everyone has hobbies, and if people can't respect that, then you shouldn't be friends with them. I'm pretty sure in my Get Ready With Me last year, I was sitting in this exact spot and I was wearing this robe, which is kind of funny because it's been a full year since then. I would say that I'm not nervous at all because I am a senior. I've been inside that school many times. I know my way around it. I know the kids in my grade. I feel like if I was a freshman, I would actually be like stressed to the point of like throwing up, especially if I didn't have an older sibling or anything. Trust me, it's not scary. It's just an adjustment I need to get used to. Last night I actually spent like hours getting ready. Like it wasn't supposed to take that long, but it ended up actually taking like 3 to 4 hours with like a couple of breaks in between, which is kind of concerning because I feel like I didn't do that much. Okay, now that my hair is just like straighter again, we're gonna start with makeup, and I'm gonna start with the Milk Hydro Grip Primer. And I'm just gonna do like 1.5 pumps of this and put it all over my face. Okay, I'm gonna share the first couple of tips right now. So these first 3 tips I have are all about the hallways. Tip number 1 is to not walk slow in the hallway. You don't need to run. But if you're that kid who's walking at like 1 mile per hour, I am gonna like shove you to the side. That sounds wrong, but what I mean by that is that I'm gonna walk around you, and since you're walking slow and the hallway is crowded, I'm probably gonna like push you a little bit, but not on purpose, like just trying to get around you because you're walking slow. Just walk a little bit faster. I know there's no rush to get to class depending on how long your passing time is, but if you just walk a little bit faster, I won't get annoyed with you. I will be using the L'Oreal Gloomy Lotion. My second tip is to walk on the right side of the hallway. Guys, it's like a road. If everyone's on the right side, go to the right side. If I'm walking and then there's a kid rushing at me who's on the wrong side, I get pissed. Like, why do you feel the need to push through people when you could just walk with everyone on the right side? Like, I don't get it. It depends on like where your location of the classroom is, and if you possibly need to cut through like the people on the other side, but that's different than just straight up walking on the wrong side. I know it's like an unwritten rule, but just make it make sense. Why do you feel the need to cut through a million people? I don't understand that. And I feel like that would slow you down even more because you're cutting through people on the other side. Like, you should just stay on your side and the traffic would move by very much faster. I'm gonna use the Rare Beauty skin tint. This next tip also relates to the hallway. Don't block the hallways. If you and your group of friends are standing in the middle of the hallway, like, what the actual heck are you doing? Like, people are pushing you. Like, why not stand anywhere else where the traffic isn't like flowing? Why do people just feel the need to stand in the most inconvenient places? Like, these just might be my pet peeves, but I don't know if anyone else feels the same way. But it's just the hallways in general. If it's during passing time and you're standing in the middle of the hallway doing whatever in the middle of the hallway, you're pissing me off. Like, and obviously I'm not gonna say anything because it's typically people I don't know, but internally I am judging you for a second. I'm just using the e.l.f. Putty Primer applicator to put on my base makeup. I feel like this next tip is kind of like an obvious one, but clean up after yourself. No one wants to walk in the lunchroom or in the classroom and see like a spilled bottle of Coke or gum under the desk or just a bag of chips and crumbs all over the table. Like, please be respectful to your custodians and students and teachers. If you make a mess, please clean it up. If it's a mess that you might need, like, you might have trouble cleaning up, like a spilled bottle of something sticky, you might want to ask a custodian. My school doesn't have a lunchroom. That might sound a little bit weird, but what I mean by that is that, like, there's like a cafe area. I don't get hot lunch from school, but like you go through the cafe and then you walk out, and in like the main areas, we have like 2 main doors that you can walk from on different sides of the school. There are tables there. And my school's pretty big, so there's a lot of tables, especially since it's like a main area. I just don't understand why people just leave their dirt everywhere for the custodians. Like, I understand it's their job to clean, but you're old enough to know to clean up after yourself and not leave like a bag of chips on the table or whatever. I'm just using the Kosas concealer. Tip number 5 is to not slack off on your schoolwork. Trust me, you will regret it. What I mean by that is to make sure that you're getting good grades but also having fun at the same time. It's all about balance. Set time aside to have fun with your friends, go to a football game, homecoming, prom, spirit week, all this stuff. But at the same time, set time for yourself to get your work done. The amount of people who I know who regret not doing their virtual work freshman year is insane, because now that they're older and they know what they want to do for a living, they know what colleges they want to go to, their GPA because of their freshman year could really affect them because of them slacking off. And these people I'm talking about possibly might not get into the colleges they wanted to go to because they weren't doing their work freshman year, especially because we were virtual. Yeah, just do your work, but also take time to have fun with your friends. I recommend finding a routine for yourself, maybe like putting an hour aside every day to do homework or study so you lead to less procrastination. That is something that I'm trying to work on because I always leave all my work until the night before, which can be very overwhelming sometimes. It's currently 6:50. I want to be done in like 30 minutes, so we gotta pick up the pace a little. I'm just using the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. This next tip is to stay away from drama, but at the same time, nobody cares about you. To keep it real, if there is drama about you, like, everyone's gonna forget about it in like two days, depending on how bad this drama is. I would just keep in mind, like, if someone's talking about you, like, okay, let them talk about you. Like, you're probably gonna forget about it, they're probably gonna forget about it in like a week. But at the same time, be mindful of what you say and who you say it to. If you're talking about someone to someone else, keep in mind, is this person friends with that person? Is there any connection there? I would say in the first place, don't talk about people, but we're all guilty of that. But just keep in mind who you say things to. I'm just using the milk like sticks. This one's the contour, this one is the bronzer. Having dry skin is the most annoying thing ever. I just can't wait until I'm off my stupid acne medication and my skin will go back to normal. The next tip I have, but it's that the upperclassmen aren't scary. We're people just like you, we're just older. Something important is to stay social and make friends, but be mindful of who you're friends with. There's nothing wrong with being picky with who you hang out with, because these people are gonna influence you. Don't hang out with people who drain your energy, make fun of you, who just don't do things that correlate with your beliefs.
Editing Grace here. I'm so sorry guys, I feel like in a lot of my videos I always like chime in as I'm editing, and that's mainly because I say something that like sounds kind of wrong or kind of stupid and I feel like I need to correct myself. But what I mean by like not hanging out with people who like don't have the same beliefs as you, I don't mean like in like a religious way or like whatever it may be, political party way. I don't mean anything like that. I genuinely mean like people who you believe have a bad influence on you and the things that they do don't correlate with the person that you want to be inside. So that is what I mean.
Even if these are the only friends you have, for me personally, I decided to leave, and I would say I don't have that many friends because of it, but in the end, it was the best for me, and I've noticed a lot of growth because of leaving this toxic situations I was in. Okay, from far away, my makeup doesn't look bad, but up close, I don't know if you guys can see it, but my skin is like flaking off. Okay, the next one is to find study habits that work best for you. Everyone learns differently, so I feel like trying new habits can be very beneficial. For me, it's to go to the library, sit there for a couple of hours. My favorite tip that I use, it's kind of a tedious task, but it's to write down everything on paper. I find that writing things down rather than typing it on a computer helps me like so much to grasp the information, because during tests when I'm thinking of the answer, I remember my notebook and I remember the process of me writing down what is on the test, and that just works for me. I recommend giving that a try, but if this is not something that you can do, I recommend searching up some study habits that you could do. Maybe flashcards, maybe it's having a study friend, maybe it's explaining your work to someone else, but having a method and sticking to it, maybe trying new things every once in a while, but sticking to what works for you is going to show the best results on your exams. Okay, it's currently like 7 o'clock. I need to start moving faster. This is the milk blush. I'm gonna do one dot on each side, and then I'm gonna go in with the Fenty blush. This next tip is to respect people and watch what you say, because you don't want to have enemies. Your experience in high school is going to be a lot easier if you are just friendly with everyone. Even if you don't like them, be friendly, because you never know when you possibly want to talk to a certain person or whatever, but you can't because you were caught saying bad things about them. Or if you ever want to make friends with one of their friends, it's probably not going to work out because you were talking bad about them. Like, just be very mindful of what you say. This also leads to respecting people. Everyone is different and we all have different beliefs, but it's just important to stay mindful of your actions and what you say, because you could really offend someone, and the last thing you want is to be getting into a fight in the middle of school, especially if you go to public school. You know what I'm talking about. I will be using the Huda Beauty powder. I also have this Kosas powder that I am going to top it with. This next tip is for when you possibly like someone. This situation does not relate to me, but if the grades don't touch, just don't do it. That's actually like disgusting. Like, I'm not gonna lie, but like if you're a freshman dating a junior, I think that's weird. Like, I know in like life circumstances you're only 2 years apart, but especially because it's high school, this is like a section of life focused on growth. I don't know, I feel like the maturity level is very different. So I just say, if you're a senior dating a sophomore or a freshman, that's weird. I think that's like actually insane, because how do you date someone who's like at a different maturity level than you, and maybe they are mature, it just doesn't look right from an outside perspective. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't look right at all. I feel like a lot of high schoolers change over the course of their 4 years. I'm just having trouble blending out this crusty makeup on my face. I think we're gonna go with a no forehead makeup day because it's genuinely like crusting off. This next tip is to learn how to write a good email. You never know when something comes up and you have to write an email to your teacher or counselor, and let's just say this teacher doesn't like you. This also relates to your teachers and counselors liking you. Be very respectful towards them, even if you don't like them. At the end of the day, they're the ones who are making your grade, and it's not that they're gonna pick favorites and give you a good grade, but just be mindful because you never know. Like I was saying, learn how to write a good email, because for me personally, I'm always emailing my counselor about switching my schedule every semester, and there are multiple counselors at my school, but the counselor that I have, I would say she likes me. She always like tries her best to fill in my requests, but my friend has the same counselor and it doesn't seem like she likes her, and she kind of never changes her schedule because I don't know why. She likes me, so I kind of like just get all the requests I ask for, because in my emails I feel like I'm very respectful, which is something that I feel like everyone should be to, especially their teachers. I'll be like, I apologize for all my schedule requests. I really appreciate it. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I'll say words like this to make her like believe that I like her, and I do like her. I really just make it obvious that I'm very grateful for her helping me. I know it does depend on what your email is about. Be respectful to your teachers in person and translate that into your emails, because that could really benefit you when the time comes. Especially if you need to get your letter of recommendation from your teachers. Both of the teachers that I asked were very happy to write my letter of rec, and I feel like that relates to my kindness towards them and my high marks in their class. I just used the Essence eyebrow gel. Now I'm gonna use the Benefit highlighter. Okay, this next one relates more to like girls, but boys can have one of these too, is to have a toiletry bag. In my last video, I showed you guys everything in my toiletry bag, so if you need some inspo, I would recommend going to that video after this one. A toiletry bag is basically just a beauty bag. So everything you need to stay looking fresh and clean, and you don't necessarily need to care about your appearance or have like makeup in there, but having things like deodorant and hand sanitizer and maybe some lip balm in there wouldn't hurt you, or dry shampoo and maybe some feminine products in there. And for boys, I would definitely say deodorant, maybe some cologne, perfume, whatever it might be, hair ties. This bag really just helps me for school, because when I'm not looking good, I don't feel good. I feel disgusting. I don't want to be seen when I don't feel good. I feel like having a bag to improve my appearance at school definitely helps, especially because school air can be disgusting and horrible. I'm just using the MAC pencil eyeliner. I'm just doing a little bit on my waterline. This next one is to join clubs and sports. For me personally, I decided to quit soccer, so I'm not doing sports anymore, but I am in a couple of clubs, and I'm actually a president of a club this year. I am the president of the Middle Eastern Student Alliance, and I'm doing it alongside 2 juniors. So I'm not saying that I'm the head of it, but since I'm the oldest, I feel like I would have most responsibilities, especially since they're going to be taking over the club next year and I won't be there. I'm very excited about it. I'm just using this Too Faced mascara. I feel like joining clubs is a good way to make friends, especially if it's a student alliance. If you don't have any friends that are in your particular ethnicity, I feel like joining a student alliance, if there is one, could be a good way to do so. And you don't need to even be that ethnicity to join. Like, since it's a student alliance, everyone is welcomed, so you can bring your other friends to join this alliance with you. And I'm not saying that you need to be friends with people who are in your ethnicity, but I feel like it's kind of nice to have friends in your ethnicity to relate to, because I feel like a lot of us have the same like upbringing. So it's kind of just nice to relate to people, and maybe you do relate to your friends, but I feel like there's different ways that you can relate to someone of your same ethnicity than towards your friend who's a different one. It just really depends on your life and who you're friends with. Okay, it's 7:10 right now. I want to be done by 7:20 with like changing and everything. I'm just using this Maybelline lip liner in the shade Mauve. I have school in like 45 minutes. Okay, good thing I woke up at 6. I was gonna wake up at 6:30 actually, but I don't think I would have made it. Most days I wake up at literally like 7:20 and I leave the house at 7:30 because I don't really care about how I look at school. This is just the Dior lip glow in the shade Raspberry. Then I'm gonna top it with the Rare Beauty lip gloss oil in the Mauve shade. I love a good intense lip, but since I'm going to school, this is gonna like settle down a little bit. Then last up, setting spray. You can never use too much setting spray. I think I'm gonna bring this with me because I want to get a travel size one of these to put in my toiletry bag. I don't have one right now, and I might need this because of my dry skin, so I'm gonna bring it. This last tip is to take classes that you will actually enjoy. The amount of times that I just took stupid blow-off classes, or I took a class that my friend wanted to take and we didn't get the same hour, like I regret it so much because these blow-off classes makes me want to leave school, and I do leave school. Like my mom will call me out and I'll leave school, and maybe sometimes I'll come back. So take classes you actually enjoy and you'll want to be there for, because for me personally, like I don't really care about my attendance. It's not gonna really affect me that much, but I am in school like all the time. But towards second semester, I like to leave early, especially because if I took a stupid blow-off class that I don't need to be there for, I'm gonna leave. Make sure you take classes you're interested in, so you want to be there and you don't want to leave and dread your entire life. Okay, I'm just gonna clean up when I get back home from school. Now I'm gonna change into my outfit that I picked out last night.
The time is 7:15 a.m.
School starts at 7:55, so I think I'm okay on time. But since today's the first day, we never know about the morning traffic. I don't want to be late on the first day because last year I was late. I was actually like 10 minutes late. Cute whole outfit is Aritzia. Obviously, that's all I wear. You guys probably know by now that all I wear is actually Aritzia, which is why I have no money. I love a good accessory. I actually think I'm gonna change this. It keeps poking out. It is 7:20 right now. I feel like if I leave in 5 minutes, I will be fine. Man, I'm really not nervous at all. School's not scary to me. Another reason why I want to be there early is because I have my first hour with one of my really close friends. So I want to make sure that we get a spot next to each other. She's always late to everything, and I told her to promise me that she wouldn't be late, and I don't believe her, to be honest. And I can't get my necklace on. Okay. If you guys know anything about me, I don't like being late. Pearls? No. Okay, y'all, enjoy this stupid angle. School starts in 15 minutes. The parking lot is way too busy, and it's okay. These girls are like taking pictures outside in front of me. But I'm just gonna eat like a granola bar before I go inside or whatever. I'm actually gonna like die or something. Thank you all so much for watching this video. And if you like this video, please hit that like and subscribe button for more. Peace.